Good.
Lock them into positions of hopelessness and helplessness. The government gives them the drugs, builds bigger prisons, passes a 3-strike law, and then wants us to sing God Bless America. No, no, no. Not God Bless America. God Damn America. That's in the Bible for killing innocent people. God Damn America for treating us citizens as less than human. God Damn America as long as she tries to act like she is God and she is supreme.
Okay, what's up? Hello, it's the last Pod Damn America of 2025. I'm Jake Flores. That's Anders J. Lee.
Anders J. Lee here.
And joining us to round out the year is from WordIsBondTV. Got it right? Tony Boswell.
Yes, Tony Boswell from WordIsBondTV, the podcast. It's a thing.
I almost said Minion Death Cult, R.I.P. You're from that too.
Hey, I'm always from Minion Death Cult. Always and forever will be from Minion Death Cult.
Oh, nice hoodie for the people watching on YouTube. Okay, if you're not familiar, if you're a new listener, we do this every year. It's our year in review. We are going to figure out whether 2025 was blank or blank, right? And which was this year-end exercise is a way that us chopped unks can keep bopping with the youth, right? We always try to update our lingo to understand what Gen Z is talking like. So like one year it was bussin' or baka, I think, when baka was a thing. It's been sus or whatever. You get the concept, right? This or that. So this year we need to decide what is good, how we say something is good and how we say something is bad. So we should start with good. I'm just going to throw this out there as a vague, like if we can't figure anything out, I think we've never done goated, and goated is a pretty good way to say something is cool in Zoomer lingo, I think. So if we can't figure it out, I'm throwing out goated. But does anyone else have any thoughts?
Are they still saying that one? Goated?
No, I think it's probably
goated hasn't gone anywhere. It did escalate a little bit this year.
Okay.
Really?
You're saying this year was
I did
goated?
see it more. I would throw out, because I've heard this amongst the youth, in a way that even they're self-aware of it and make fun of it. But Sigma.
Oh yeah, because that's like not just they took it from like the men's rights guys, right?
Yeah, what the Sigma is kind of a thing, but also like that's Sigma.
Wait, isn't Sigma like what the ideal person / guy is? Like you're neither alpha nor beta?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess
so they embraced it.
I like Sigma. I'm an aspiring Sigma, mostly beta, but I aspire to be Sigma.
But it was like a manosphere thing, and then now like the kids kind of just took it, right?
Yeah. Okay. Manosphere was doing the Sigma, saying like I'm even above alpha, but the reality was like it's actually kind of like it's an alpha that's kind of like not an asshole.
Yeah.
But the Zoomers picked up on that part, and they like are running with that, I think, for the most part. But there's definitely some manosphere stuff going on in there also.
I feel like the manosphere, if they're using Sigma, that means they're like trying to outdo each other into just no longer being in the manosphere. Because I would think Sigma means you're past all those stupid pretensions about domination and alpha-ness.
Well, once you graduate the manosphere, you just transition, and then you have to take on the woman's sphere.
Yeah, right.
Let me in, baby.
To be truly alpha is have accomplished every gender.
Right. It's kind of like the gayest thing you can do is having straight sex, according to Mr. Fuentes. I think, similar.
Wait, he stole my stand-up bit from 2013? That fucking that's a premise I've thrown around because it's like if you really think about it, the gayest thing in the world is a straight man. It's like, oh, you like women that smell like flowers, and you don't have fuck a we've all.
He also talks about having the second smallest penis in America.
What is going on with him? He's been talking about how he doesn't have sex, or he had sex with Destiny. He's only had gay sex, but it's like him saying it while simultaneously being a Nazi.
He had sex with Destiny?
This is the thing people say.
They say he blew him. They say that he blew Destiny. They say that
That's
there's
poetic.
like there's
Blew
supposed to
Destiny.
be even there's rumored video or at least audio that I have never seen or heard. But yeah, apparently he blew Destiny. And I can't believe that I know that.
You should write a book called Blowing Destiny. It sounds like a great
the straightest thing you can do.
Okay, so hold on. So for bad, here's the thing. I think it's almost not an argument that for bad it's got to be some variation of chopped unk, or unk slop, which are kind of a 3-part thing that's connected. But Tony, did you not? Didn't you ask someone?
We were talking about because chopped kind of feels like the one it's going to be in my mind, and I feel like chopped is just it makes a lot of sense. Chopped unk, I think is too gendered, and the funny thing about that is we're actually too old to be unk, which is crazy because unks are like mid-20s.
What? No,
we don't exist is what it is. We don't even exist in that conversation.
Wait.
I guess there are 20-something uncles. There are 8-year-old uncles. It can happen sometimes. It's a state of mind.
This year, one of the things that happened is that fucking tweet that's about Janet Jackson pulling miscellaneous unks on stage to shoot poison. Those guys were unks because they were in their 20s in the video.
No, those guys were unks because they were actual uncles. The original origin of uncles, where uncle began. But now where unk is at. And by the way, so what we did is I consulted my 12-year-old. I asked her what's going on, what the deal is. And she's pretty cool. She's a pretty hip person. And so yeah, like I'm like too old to be unk. My brother who's 27 could be unk. Like I said, they don't even acknowledge us. We're just we're just old. But I think just in general we are definitely unk. Yeah, we are. But to the Zoom, if you're going for Zoomer opinion, we don't even account.
You know what? They keep getting ads for like Hims, like that box subscription that's for like hair loss pills and boner pills and shit. Yeah, they should make a box thing called Unk. Would make more sense.
Yeah,
for people
like Unk box
that are embracing that identity. That's my Sigma. Is I've accepted Unk. But what was she said that there was a good?
Oh, so I asked her, what would be the opposite, and she said it would be like Fine Shyt.
Fine Shyt.
Fine Shyt, I believe, is spelled like
Fine Shyt.
Fine Shyt. I think it's like FYNSHYT.
Oh man,
well, Fine Shyt. So that would be the opposite. So this year could be reflected upon as being chopped or Fine Shyt.
What do you think?
I mean, I was really hoping unk could be incorporated in there somewhere, because that's how I've been calibrating my mind. But I guess I'm not. I can't be unk anymore.
Well, because everyone can be chopped. It seems
to me, everyone can be chopped. Everyone can be unk. Everyone can be slop.
Everyone
for sure. Slop. And frankly, 2025 seems like it's multiple 2 or more types of bad, and I'm struggling to find.
Here's
shit.
I think here's how this works, right? Here's how we make all of this work together. Is that if it's chopped. Thing is, when you say chopped, you are free to tack on the other things at the end of it. Like, that's chopped. That's how slang works, is you start off by just saying chopped, and they're like, chopped unk, right? So if you really want to emphasize the chopped, that is chopped unk slop. You could say the whole thing, but the only essential part of it for the metric for a game show should be chopped.
Okay. I think so. Yeah, but we can always add on to it. Absolutely.
Also, you know what? Feel free to break the rules, right? Because this is not real. If something speaks to your heart this episode and you need to say whatever new thing you learned, just go for it.
I wish you were saying 2025 isn't real.
Yeah,
I wish it was also
kidding.
Not. I know we say this every year, and it's just like an indictment of reality at this point. But wow, what a bad year it was! Shit. Okay, so are we doing Sigma or Fine Shyt? Are we gonna?
I kind of like Fine Shyt, even though I know it's just not going to be the answer. But I kind of like the idea of thinking of a year as just like a baddie.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, that is kind
Could
of
you
good.
explain a little bit more about? Is that something that a sexy person would indulge in?
Yeah.
Fine shit. Okay.
Yeah. And fine shit I say has been pretty ungendered. It's been kind of decoupled from just femmes.
Okay.
But yeah, like you would refer to like I use shorty a lot for like my girlfriend. I would say my fine shit or a little fine shit over there. Oh, I
Okay.
saw you talking to fine shit.
I
So if
like
I'm
it.
like, I got my best uh hoop earring in, I'm at the club with 2 buttons down, wearing my human pheromone infused cologne, that would be me on my fine shit.
I was gonna say you freshly off work, beard looking good, hair coiffed over, wired earbuds in. I'd say fine shit right now.
Wow. That's quite the that makes me question the value of fine shit as a concept. But thank you. That's
Well,
You can,
also
wow.
remember my opinion does not matter because, in fact,
because you are chopped.
chop unk.
Yeah.
You're a
Yeah.
okay. Well,
This
yes.
is,
I guess 3
you said that
chopped
like you
unks
were in like
disgusting is
you said that like a lawyer. Like, must I remind you that my opinion does not matter in this instance because I am chopped, as I
I don't
reminded
tell
you
people this,
before.
but I am a lawyer. I just don't do it because I really don't believe in the system. I know that I'm really poor and I could just go be a lawyer and fix that, but I really just believe in my values, and that's why I won't do it. So you're welcome, people.
You know what I think of that? I think that's fine shit. Okay, let's start. It's 2020, 25, 2020, 25. It's 2025. Fine shit or chopped. Let's fucking go. I'll kick it off. January 2025. The first thing that happened, Trump was inaugurated. Obviously, chopped, slop, tons of unks, mega unks on unks. If you remember, a lot of weird shit happened in Trump's inauguration. Carrie Underwood played. The Village People played. They cut a giant cake of Air Force One, the plane, with 2 swords. JD Vance and Trump came out and like danced around with swords and
Yep.
fucking cut like a cake of a airplane into pieces, and then Trump did his little fist pump dance or whatever. It was real fucked up, and it sort of just kicked off the new reality that we live in. So I don't think there's any question about that. That's clearly chopped, as opposed to it's not fine shit. LA was on fire, the entire city out here. Great way to start the year.
That was nuts.
Yeah.
it is on fire. Is what people were singing.
Yeah.
I was walking dogs as a job, and I remember I had to walk a dog during like the peak of the fires on top of a mountain, and I was walking around on top of this mountain that was on fire, and I came upon a crib in the road that was still rocking. It just looked like it was something from like Silent Hill. It was fucking crazy. Henry Winkler was convinced there was an arsonist. They've since caught a homeless person and said they're an arsonist.
Wow.
We talked about all the Mike Davis essays and shit. It's about how they are supposed to do controlled burns in Malibu, but they don't because they build houses up there for rich people. And to cap it all off, David Lynch died. And
Oh yeah.
Yep.
people everywhere, mostly on Twitter, who make David Lynch their entire personality were devastated, including myself. It was very sad.
That was fun for me because I was able to remind everybody my favorite David Lynch clip, which not to hate him, but he was such a sweetheart to a fault that there's this amazing clip where he was doing a panel in Germany, and the guy before him
Oh yeah.
was speaking in German and saying just all the nationalist Nazi talking points you're not supposed to say in German, like in Germany at all, and the crowd's booing him, and David Lynch gets up there and is like, now, I don't really know much about this man, and I don't speak German, but I know he's a good man, and he wouldn't say anything bad, and he had no idea what he was defending, and it was just he was just trying to like calm everyone down and like believe that somebody was good, and it was just so sad.
Well, I mean, David Lynch, like, obviously, right? His movies are fucking really incredible, surrealist. They're fine shit, you might say, but he was like a outsider art like person who is like maybe not to be taken seriously even when they talk about shit they did interpret, because he endorsed Trump like at one point. I think it was maybe the first election, like 2016, but he's said stuff like that. If you ask him politics, he doesn't have good answers. He's
a Bernie to Trump voter.
He might be, yeah.
Yeah, 2015 went from Bernie to Trump.
Oh, he did, yeah. And like, I don't know. I mean, I think that he's like not really taken for what he is a lot. And like something I think about a lot is like how everyone on Twitter seems to have this like this identity that's sort of all based on like Twin Peaks and David Lynch aesthetics. And then they're also like the meanest people of all time, which is, seems contradictory to him because he was like a meek little like angel child person, and you're like, actively kind of creating a world that would not create a David Lynch. I don't know how he became like something that has more. The idea of him is going to live on in a way that isn't even connected to him. He's also like, I don't know. I mean, we live in LA, right? Every once in a while, you meet somebody who like knows him, and they have a story where he was kind of shitty or whatever because he's like a fucking human, as opposed to like this thing that like has this I don't know, this like currency on the internet. And his death was just like that cranked up to 1,000,000 in ways that were annoying some ways, but I don't know. I saw a really good band here in LA like play a bunch of Twin Peaks music, and they like practiced it in like 3 days when he died. It was cool. There was something kind of positive there, but I'm going to say overall, unless anyone has any objections, most of the things I just described seem very chopped.
Yeah. Real quick before our listeners explode through the computer, I double checked, and he did not. He said Trump could go down as one of the greatest presidents in history because he's disrupted the thing so much. No one is able to counter this guy in an intelligent way, which was construed as supporting Trump, but he later qualified as, I see him as very divisive.
I see. I guess he doesn't really endorse. It was always weird when they ask like weird artists, like, who do you endorse? Because it's like that's like a political act, like endorsing someone.
Yeah.
And he's just saying something about him. So fair enough. All right.
He did endorse John Hagelin, the Natural Law Party guy, in 2000, which makes a whole lot of sense.
Oh, because it's like transcendental meditation shit.
Yeah, it's weird sort of alternative, I guess, proto RFK. Oh yeah, we'll have to do a thing about the Natural Law Party. Anyway.
Well, obviously we will have to. All right. So that's January. Pretty clearly chopped. Also, if anyone else, like if we're on a month that's not the month that you were assigned, and you have a thing, feel free to.
I do for January.
Please.
I have a very chopped event, which the commutation of Leonard Peltier, one of the only. I was about to say one of the only unqualified Biden good things. Then I remembered that I just used the word commuted the sentence of and not pardoned. It was not a full pardon. This was a way to distract from Hunter getting a pardon and the other Biden family getting a pardon, but the guy who was framed for murder, killing an FBI agent, which he did not do, evidence is very clear, is still tainted by that conviction, but he does get to hang out at his home on I believe Pine Ridge. So that was a bright spot in January.
Biden, at that point, he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. Good for him. All right, who has February amongst us?
My ass.
Nice.
Which I thought we were gonna do Unk somewhere in there, so I wrote down an Unk thing, and that was that Trump bombed Somalia, which feels very Unk to me because it's Black Hawk Down is a quintessential Unk movie, or I guess how I understood Unk, someone my age or older. You could see Trump watching that movie and thinking what they did to Orlando Bloom, very disrespectful, and wanting to bomb Somalia. They've been enduring a civil war for most of the year. I would call that what's the bad one? Chopped to bomb Somalia. We've been there, we've done that. It's not helping the people there. I try to see. This used to be a value statement before the innovation of AI. But I still try to not rely on Wikipedia as a podcaster. It feels like cheating. Again, that was before ChatGPT came along, which is cheating, but it's like obvious. Like Wikipedia actually sounds good. Like it's
That's the
written
only
well
good
and
thing
has
about AI is it makes Wikipedia feel valid again.
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
I'm here for it.
I actually let's take that phenomenon and put it in the Fine Shyt column. Just the
Okay.
Wikipedia in the new light of AI. That
Yeah.
is one of the best things that's happened in 2025. Wikipedia lurkers are now very sophisticated. As with TV watchers, TV used to be a toilet art form, and now like you're cultured if you keep up on all the shows. Um, but I went through Wikipedia for they have everything on there. But they take every month
Everything app.
it's the everything app. They take every month and do a little article on it, just lists of news events. Most of the listings are straight up just like different kinds of strange vehicular accidents in parts of the world, like in Bulgaria, a hot air balloon crashed into a jet ski. Like that's a lot of the entries. But I got some other interesting ones. Including the Petro, our man in Colombia. Apparently, he tried to legalize cocaine, and he'd
Hell
come
yeah.
into office with just trying to do it in Colombia. He promised that in 2022 or wherever it was, whenever he was elected. He hasn't succeeded, but he's going a step further, and he's saying, "All right, it's not working here. We need to do this worldwide." A
Hell yeah.
worldwide cocaine legalization sort of,
That
unity. But I mean,
goated
you
fine
remember
shit.
the ad. I mean, spoiler alert for our Mad Men watchers. I'd like to buy the world of coke plays into the show. That is an ad that was came up with by an ad guy. But I think we are due for a new type of that ad, right? Because it
Yeah.
was a international sort of unity, like let's all get along, drink Coca-Cola, and we need that now in the hyper commodified, gambling is legal. That used to be a sin, a taboo, etc. Why not cocaine? Why not put that on the international market and let everybody hype out on it? I won't be partaking, but I think it would be a good thing for the world and for Colombia, which Mr. Petro points out. He makes a good point, is that the fact that cocaine is illegal is really discrimination against Latin America, because you have all these other drugs that are accepted, and this is a way to kick the dog in the backyard is how it's
Yeah, because you
seen.
can't fucking make it in certain climates, and so it has to be made in fucking Latin America, like we talked about a couple years ago. I'd like to buy the world some coke. That's a brilliant idea. That's a Don Draper ass idea right there.
Yeah,
I think you
absolutely.
should take it to the board.
Absolutely.
I don't think you'll have any type of like impact on the way we treat those countries or anything like that. I think they'll be fine. They'll probably be able to thrive independently. I don't think we'll intervene with that any more than we already have, now that we can make money in the open market with it.
Yes, hope so.
Oh my god! Like Trump and JD will like invade like a tanker of cocaine and like take it over. Shoot a bunch of guys off of it and just have a tugboat full of cocaine. They pilot back to the United States. That'd be cool.
Just watch how quickly they'll reverse from the fishers that they're bombing for supposedly having cocaine that don't, and then now they'll be bombing people on behalf of cocaine while they're on cocaine. Speaking of cocaine, it probably made Trump pursue the tariffs, which really started being rolled out. The panic started ensuing February of this past year, and that was chopped that he did that. I will say some fine shit from our neighbors in North America because of the very polite retaliatory tariffs from Canada and Mexico. They're both just very subtly like, well, you're going to do that, we're going to do this. And
El Arto
trade
del
war's on.
Negocio.
Yes. USAID that got cut. That was chopped. But also they had the Naxalites in India have been in a regional war with the government, and 31 of them died against a group of security forces. Only 2 security force guys died, so that's sad. It's chopped that they died, but kind of fine shit that the Maoists are still at it and fighting, doing protracted people's war in the rural areas in regions of India. So I got to give that some fine shit. Of course,
I love watching you just like absorb these terms seamlessly into the way you talk.
Yeah, it's working really well.
I'm a dead ass sponge. The Black Hawk plane crash that was chopped, very fucked up that happened. Like everybody for a minute was like, oh shit, can we fly anymore?
Yeah.
Like, and then we've all just kind of decided like YOLO, to use another term of art that I'm sure young people is on the tip of all of their tongues now. People have just accepted it and said we're gonna fly, we're probably gonna die. Let's you only live once, as the acronym stands for. But that was chopped. I think we can agree the Black Hawk helicopter hitting the plane, one of multiple. Yeah, it's just needless air traffic control, and we've just accepted this, right? Again, like as consumers, but also as a society. It's like there's nothing we can really do to properly fund this department. And then, of course, rounding things out, the Super Bowl, February. Again, this is kind of a tie because I was conflicted. I thought just the fact that the Chiefs were going to win 3 in a row, I thought was kind of cool. There's been no three-peat in the NFL, but they did not, and they lost. And then it became coded as like the Eagles are the woke team somehow. So I guess that was good. And the halftime show, of course, chopped in that it was Kendrick. He played Not Like Us, and he did use the pedophile line, if I'm not mistaken.
That was pretty cool. Also, that was pretty fine shit.
That was, yeah, excuse me, not chopped, fine shit. That was fine shit.
I was curious. I was okay. We'll get there. We'll get there.
See, in my notes, I thought chopped was a good thing. In my notes, I thought it was going to be chopped versus Uncle. Anyway,
great show, fun binge.
Yes, but they make salads, right?
I was thinking chopped and screwed. We went 3 different directions with that.
Now I'm getting hungry. But the halftime show, which was fine shit, in multiple ways, including the flags, Palestinian and Sudanese, that went up. However, it was chopped. What was chopped about it is that the person was whisked away before holding up the flags. But ultimately, I would say fine shit that it got to happen in the first place, alongside all these ads for various stupid products that people don't need. There's also a little imagery that makes you think a little bit, and you got some brain teasing, and you also got to see a dynasty really crumble, and it has not recovered this season. I'm talking about the Kansas City Chiefs, and
also OVO Records and Drake also I think did crumble that day. They really had not bounced back.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I think the halftime show was chopped because to me that was really the nail in the coffin of ever trying to get people to care about Black people in America again. Because the one guy, the rapper that everybody knows and loves, performed for like one of the biggest commercial sponsors of erasing the Black Lives Matter movement and the 2020 uprisings. So that was kind of a nail in the coffin for me, and it was really sad. But it was very entertaining. I do wish he played some different songs, but it was still very entertaining.
Yeah, it was definitely a mixed bag. What do we think overall? That sounds pretty choppy to me.
Yeah, the cocaine thing is cool.
That is cool,
but hard to. I mean,
we almost got to squeak a win out though. We got to squeak a one fine shit out.
Let's start off to create some drama for sure. Yeah, we'll call February fine shit. Okay.
I did like the Super Bowl in general. I did like the halftime in general, but I had to have that. Get that.
The
out
game also was cool. The Eagles are fun to root for. Like in order to engage in any of this and have fun, you kind of can't take it all the way to these places that we're taking it. That's how kind of fun like works in capitalism, right? So if you can suspend yourself a little bit, the Eagles they're from a town where everyone tears the city down when they win or lose, and they have a guy named Jihad. It looks like Jihad on his jersey. That's pretty cool. He's going against America's team. His fucking looks like he's waging a holy war. You know, it was pretty fun. It was
the
pretty
game.
fun.
The game kind of sucked. I mean, I guess it was fun in the sense
who
that
you're
it
rooting
was
for.
a blowout. Yeah, but it as you know, as a competitive thing, it was over by what, the second quarter practically. But yeah, all right, I'll give it Fine Shyt.
Okay. So we have 1-1 on the board. Now that takes us to March, Mr. Boswell.
So I will need your help because I did not get that many things. I kind of misunderstood the assignment, but I got a couple things.
We have to go fast, sir. So
in the Fine Shyt category, something I was waiting for my entire life. Apparently, it was the first time they ever actually captured a colossal squid on film.
Cool.
I've been all growing up, I remember Discovery Channel would have some sort of special, like we saw a giant squid, and they never really did. And they finally saw a colossal squid on film. It's on film and it's beautiful. It really makes you think about the Earth and all the stuff.
Where'd
going
they
on
get
in
that picture
ocean.
of my ass?
Nice. Your ass is got squid?
Yep.
It's kind of weird.
Norwegian thing.
Does it look like a squid because there's a squid in it, or does it just always look like a squid?
Shape, just the shape and the holes and the
interesting. All right,
the excrement as well.
It's black ink comes out of you. Yeah, because all that kratom that you drink.
So that was the
kratom,
fine.
yeah.
That was
New
like ink. That was the Fine Shyt category. And then March also kind of marked the beginning of like the intensification of ICE and deportations. That's when he deported 280 people to the Salvadorian prisons. That was extremely chopped. And it just kind of hasn't stopped. So that's kind of the jump off was March.
Okay. I have some extra notes about some shit that I've peppered around this time of the year. I think around this time of the year, the 6-7 thing originates because of the track by, what's his name, Skrilla, the dude from Philadelphia. I didn't figure out you showed me 6-7 live on your show. That was the first time I heard about it, and that was probably 6 months after this. But I did some digging, and I think it starts around here, which depending on how
7 months after that, actually.
Fair enough. Okay, and then I'm doing the hand things to round this all out. Do you know if you press 6-7 into Google, it kind of does that, like with the screen? It's got this weird Easter egg in it. Awesome. I learned this when I was reading about 6-7. Depending on how you feel about 6-7, that's either Fine Shyt or chopped. Because some people are like, all right, especially I feel like parents, of young children at this point are like, enough with the 6-7, because their kids are like running
on
around
pure annoyance level,
just screaming it and doing the hand thing and shit. It's new to me still, so I still find it like funny, which is I'm unk and I'm laughing at it well after the fact. We will probably ultimately kill it by continuing to find it funny.
Did you see the In-N-Out did get rid of number 67 on their order? In-N-Out no longer calls out number 67. They go from 66 to 68.
That's like the way that hotels don't have a 13th floor anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I also do that.
If you get 6-8, you know which number you actually have. You have 6-7. Okay. March, what do we think?
Chopped.
That sounds chopped.
Not a lot of Fine Shyt I'm hearing there.
Okay.
Yeah. It was also my birthday, but the year was so bad I couldn't tell you what I did. I don't remember it at all.
Yeah.
It was pretty unremarkable. So that also, that I think that kind of confirms the choppness of March.
What day is your birthday?
The 28th.
28th, March 28th. Okay.
March 28th, yeah.
March 6th, 7th. Okay, so that's chopped. Fine Shyt chopped. Now we are in April. In April, Katy Perry went to space. She went to space on Blue Origin, the fucking space rocket thing owned by Amazon, owned by Jeff Bezos, in a very shallow, like Hillary Clinton 2016 era girl boss feminism spectacle Oprah and like Khloe Kardashian were cheering them on as they entered the rocket. It goes to space. They had all these like weird designer things. There was a fashion designer that wanted to push them wearing this like corset they made, which would have made like the floating in space thing kind of impossible, which is kind of funny. They went into space. It's actually kind of tragic because it was so universally reviled by people, like everyone, honestly, at this point, because people kind of know what's up, and it's like it's a disgusting spectacle as inequality and wealth inequality and stuff just completely, skyrockets. The general public, it's not like one of those things where like us as like nerds about this shit would be like, this is so bourgeois, while like normal people just like are fine with their slop. The general public did not like this. Like, it was almost universally banned as like a thing, which is an interesting note about this. She's the first person to sing in space, I guess, or the first artist to sing in space. I didn't know this. I was reading about it today. She sang "What a Wonderful World" by Louis Armstrong, which I can't imagine. I mean, I guess she just didn't do like the voice, and maybe she just sang it in her own
I
style.
want to believe she did the voice. That would be so great if that's what happened. I want that so bad.
I've done that song at karaoke before and tried to do the voice, and the thing is, it's so hard if you don't actually just talk like that. 30 seconds into it, you're like, oh no, why did I choose to do this to my throat? Like, it's fucking a lot, right? The Muppet Tom Waits thing. It was just sort of this gross spectacle, is in promotion of this like bad album she put out called Woman's World, that just like no one's really there anymore with anything that's going on there. The only cool thing is that a couple of the other people that went up with her, a couple of the other people were like accomplished astronauts and people in their fields. I can't remember their exact names. One of them was just Jeff Bezos' wife, because it's an all-female mission to space. So he, was like, okay, you get to be part of this. He ran up to her when they were landing. When they landed, Katy Perry did this thing where she kissed the ground or whatever. Bezos ran up to his wife and he fell when he ran up to her. That's kind of fine shit. That's the only fine shit thing about it. Honestly, it's obviously very chopped. And it was a disgusting display of wealth and excess and privatization and yada yada yada. I just threw these in here for you guys. I want to hear what you have to say about them. The Masters tournament happened in April, and it was Autism Awareness Month. Go ahead, either one of you.
Chopped and chopped. Chopped both of those things off. With their
actually, Rory McIlroy finally pulled it off, and he no, he didn't win the match. Yeah, no, it was the first time I ever watched it live. And it was a playoff, and it was crazy, and it was a wild event. Rory McIlroy,
that's right.
Yeah, Rory McIlroy won after years and years and years of trying to win what's called the Triple Crown, which is when you win all of the major events. There's 8 major events, and he pulled it off that year. He pulled off, and it was the most dramatic. I've never like watched it live. Any golf live until then. It was the most dramatic sporting event I've seen in a long time. It was nuts.
Wait,
yeah, they went to like they were tied at the 18th hole on the last day, and I think they did like 2 or 3 rounds of playoff holes, which is insane.
Interesting. I don't understand anything you just said.
You're a fan of golf, the sport, but you don't watch it live.
I don't watch it live just because I think watching it live would be pretty boring. I catch like every highlight though. I
find those boring too, but okay.
I watch like the 15-minute highlight thing at the end of the day when it's done. It's something I would have thought was boring before I started playing it, but now I understand how hard all this stuff actually is, and now I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool to see.
I watch it like porn. I just kind of skip ahead to the good part,
Yeah, exactly.
After a while,
when it goes in the hole.
I think it's one of those things that like anybody can play, and that's why I don't, because it's like I know I suck at it, and whereas like football, it's like, oh, I'm never going to be able to do that. So
you don't have to be. There's no aspirational part of it,
right?
Like I do in the back of my head, I'm like I'm not going to be a professional, but I could like win a tournament maybe if I keep grinding. I do think that you're right. There is an aspect of it, but everybody sucks at golf. It's just fun to go out and hang out with your friends outside. And
yeah, Tony turned me.
have a good time.
It fucked up. I like it now. It's a fun thing to do outside with your friends.
I'm basically trying to ruin golf courses for everybody but us.
Yeah, no, that's a good goal.
Yeah, that's how they should. I remember there was a Nike, I'm pretty sure, commercial. You know what I'm talking about? Like 20, 25 years ago, the Tiger Woods commercial, and it was like all these kids in cities throughout the country, and they made it look cool. They're like, we're gonna have urban golfing. It's gonna be like the traditional game, but it's gonna be like in a city, and it's like black and white, and it looked cool. But then they just never did that in real life. It was just all in the canon of this one commercial.
Well, the thing that kind of got me thinking about this is that every once in a while you'll see these viral like TikToks and clips of like really uptight white people at like ski resorts, and they're like horrified because a bunch of like Southern black kids went on vacation to like a ski resort, and they're taking the video to try to show you like, oh, it's Bedlam or whatever, and it's like that's the only like thing that's ever motivated me to be like, I want to make that person feel that way by skiing, and that would make like the idea of skiing very fun to me, which is a thing that previously I think it's very bougie, right? But if I can shock a person on a golf course once, I'm happy.
You get like paired with strangers, and I play the best golf I can play when I'm playing against somebody that I hate.
Yeah.
And I know hates me. Recently I had a guy yell at me for smoking weed, and he told me, he said, throw it away now, put that away. And I was like, what are you talking to? And he told me to shut up. And I was like, well, you're crazy. And I looked down, and he was wearing Ruth Bader Ginsburg socks.
Oh man, that's fucking funny. It's
it's fun. It's fun.
That's crazy. Okay, let's keep moving along. Pope Francis died shortly after meeting JD Vance, and then there was no Pope for a while. I'm gonna call fine shit there. I'm not a big fan of organized religion, even when it's good.
Conclave can't help but be fine shit. That is the definition of fine shit.
Sorry, obligatory fine shit for a conclave.
Yeah, and it was funny. Honestly, I mean, it's kind of not funny that maybe JD Vance is evil and he killed the Pope, I guess. Except that it seems like something he wouldn't want to do. Like it seemed bad publicity. It kind of felt like he killed the Pope. That's pretty funny.
My mom fervently believes that, because something about JD Vance, she just thinks he's evil. It doesn't really know much about him. She just looks at him and she's like, he just makes me feel uncomfortable. I think he's evil. I think he did do something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's just got those eyes.
And she's a pretty level-headed person for the most part. I love this is one of her stances. JD Vance is the devil.
Yeah, fair enough. God, if you're into Catholicism, you have to put up some weird candles or whatever. I guess if you're into certain types of it to keep JD Vance away, and I think that'll probably protect you this year.
Did you guys
becoming chopped?
Did you guys take advantage of the conclave clause?
Oh, I was on a tear. Let me tell you.
Okay, good.
Yeah, there's no Pope.
No rules during a conclave. You can do whatever. None of it counts.
Oh shit! No,
and you don't even have to do this one in confession. Because see, it all counts. But this one, you don't have to go to confession about this one. You could just go crazy. So I would tell you about what I did, but I can't, because then it would be a sin.
Yeah,
I really regret.
I did a lot of stuff.
Yeah, man, I wish I would have gotten my Friday meats on.
Oh, God, I'm sorry you missed out on that one.
Yeah. Just gonna have to wait till the next time the Pope dies, which is the new one is woke. So who knows what'll happen if we get assassinated. Also in April, probably the first, I'm going to say, big film event of the year, Sinners came out, which we did an episode on, and we had some interesting thoughts about it, takes and stuff. I don't know, at this point, I become kind of whenever a movie is like a cultural event like that, I kind of can't help but pull in contradiction after a while. And like, there are a lot of people that
too punk.
When it came out, it was a huge event. And then over the months passing, a lot of the usual suspects, would kind of come around and go, actually, I think it was not good. And it would be like, I don't know, every once in a while, like a black friend within a group of white people is like, hey, I'm going to turn this on its head. You guys all think that, I'm going to like this movie, like I have a friend who was like that. I've been thinking about it a lot. I still think it was pretty good. I think it's just sort of like those movies exist in a weird space where you can't even experience them for what they are, because now it's a cultural conversation. But Sinners, I'm going to say, with all that in mind, though, it was fine shit. It was a good time at the movies, even if imperfect or whatever.
I see it through a different lens now because my kid loves it, and like she sees it through the eyes of a kid. She sees it as just a vampire movie, and that's like what it should be. And if you look at it as a vampire movie, it fucking rules.
It was a pretty good vampire movie, and I like vampire movies. Yeah, and horror movies.
I liked. I mean, we talked about it. Go listen to the episode.
Yeah, it was good. Featuring WordIsBondTV's Tony Boswell. That was a bonus episode. So sign up for the Patreon if you want to hear that. It's in the backlog. Patreon.com/BondDamnAmerica. Okay, that's April. Yeah, I don't know. The Masters tournament. Fucking Pope dying.
Can I add a cookie? Canadian election, which I know not exactly the sexiest topic, but this one was especially funny because the Liberals, the Liberal Party, has been in power in Canada for 10 years and was poised to lose because they've been there for so long. There really is very little left articulation electorally in Canada, and they haven't really transformed it anyway. The Conservatives were poised to win, and then just by virtue of being an asshole, Trump single-handedly handed the election to the Liberals and made this guy Mark Carney the prime minister. It was almost like basically all the experts in Canada were like, yeah, it was Trump because he did the terror and he was trying to make Canada the 51st state, which is hilarious. We just forgot about that. And that made everybody so mad in Canada. So they were just like with whoever the governing party was, which happened to be the Liberals. So they stayed in power just because of Trump. And it then allowed Trudeau to look like a hero, to leave as a hero and bed someone we mentioned earlier, Jake's friend, Miss Catherine Perry.
Who, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on the podcast ever, but she follows me on Twitter. I'm one of like 200 people she follows. I don't know why. I'm afraid to DM her, but I can. So if you think I should DM her, maybe get us in the Discord and tell us some suggestions of what I should DM Katy Perry, because that would put me right in the ear of Justin Trudeau. Because they're in bed together right now, apparently, as we speak. Okay. I'm gonna squeak this out as a fine shit because Sinners was good, Pope thing was funny, Masters tournament sounds cool. The rest of that shit isn't as bad as some of the other stuff that happened this year. Any objections?
I'll take it.
All right, that takes us to May, and by the way, it happens every year. Don't worry if you don't have enough shit because we're 47 minutes in and we're in May. So let's pick up the pace. Eyes on the prize. We're gonna get to the end of the year. May. Who's got May? That'd be Andrew.
All right, I got May. Conclave, as we mentioned. Fine Shyt continues. I don't know if that went April to May. Anyway, we got the Chicago Pope. That officially happened in May, and that quickly became a meme. Chicago Pope. And two things that I've been waiting for as long as I can remember, frankly. One, Warren Buffett finally fucking retired. Did you guys realize he was working up until May of this year?
I had no idea. That's insane.
Yeah,
he was dead.
I thought that too.
Maybe he didn't earn all that money. Maybe he did deserve all that money. We worked his whole life.
He was fucking working. Yeah, that's true. And it started with vending machines. But anyway, he finally retires, and final fucking the movie Rust has finally been released. We know Rust, the movie with the Alec Baldwin related killing. And for legal reasons, we have to call it that. It took a really long time for it to come out after that. I still haven't seen it, but I'm glad that it is out there and you can watch it. That's a haunted ass movie. Back in the day, that would be a coveted VHS to get and watch with your friends. Now it's, new age doesn't mean as much, but still, it is kind of fine shit. Just having it's fine shit if you actually own the copy of Rust, right? But cool. We can transmute it to if you have it downloaded. That's kind of fine shit.
Do ghosts show up on like just files instead of I think ghosts only show up on VHS. There's any ghosts in the background of the film.
Especially The Ring. Yeah.
I'll have to go
pause
speed on
it, get that
70 millimeter at the Vista.
Yes. I'd watch it. Also, obviously, very chopped what went down in the production of said movie. Very sad story. That's I guess chopped. But also, yeah. Anyway, also we mentioned Katy Perry. Somewhat related to this, not really, but 2 people were arrested in Rio de Janeiro over a plot to use IEDs against Lady Gaga. They're gonna bomb this concert.
What the fuck?
I know, which is this is the theme throughout the year, and just this stage of history now is just random acts of violence, stochastic, if you want to get nerdy about it. Stochastic violence is happening all over the world, and it seems disturbing. It seems chopped. It's like this is not sustainable until you consider that this is just the new serial killer. Like, there aren't serial killers anymore. There's just people who do random shit like this, and ultimately, it's kind of fine shit because they're getting apprehended before they can pull it off, before they actually think out how to kill a Lady Gaga fan after the concert. They're trying to go in with an IED and they're getting arrested. So I give that fine shit. Also,
that's fine shit to me, just because that sentence took so long for my brain to process. When you said someone was arrested for trying to use IEDs against Lady Gaga, I really got me.
Not to get conspiratorial, but Lady Gaga did set the record for the longest concert performed by a female that same month.
Oh, you think it was Katy Perry? She's fresh from space.
I was like,
more powerful than ever.
Yeah, when I said Katy Perry, I was like, why am I bringing up Katy Perry? That's not really that related. But I knew something in the back of my head. There's a fucking meta thing going on, and she.
Well, but I mean, this could be a whole podcast in and of itself, right? Because there's like a bunch of suspects in that case, right? It could be Sabrina, it could be Charlie, right?
It could be so many people. It's pretty scary.
Yeah,
but you know, I think it might have been Dolly
Parton.
Yeah,
Dolly Parton.
I'm assuming she's done some pretty long concerts in her day. Just saying.
Fair enough.
Yeah, could be. She has a man in Rio. Yeah. So something that is definitely fine shit. Pope related. The new Pope is kind of moderated. I mean, he's good. But the old Pope who died was a good guy as far as popes go, and as per his last wishes, a Pope mobile was donated to Gaza to be a mobile health clinic. So fine shit on that. Yeah,
I know that.
Bulletproof.
That's
that fucking rules.
Right.
That's very fine shit.
And another stochastic violence thing, mass shooting, unity between the United States on I think around the same day. 3 people killed, 5 injured in Arizona. And then Russia, a gunman shoots 10 people, including 3 cops and 2 other shooters, and then drives away in a police car. It's messy. I call it chopped, I guess. But Skype also shut down. Did you realize this? They shut down Skype in May and made way for Teams, which is the new Skype. And that's kind of chopped because the Zoom has already supplanted both of these. This is cringe. This is chuggy millennial nostalgia for Skype. And then
it is.
Also, May was a really bloody month. There was a mass axing event at the University of Warsaw.
Mass axing?
Yes, someone went into their college with an axe, and it's Poland. They don't have easy access to guns, apparently, I assume. And they injured a guard and then beheaded a woman. I do have to just give that a literal chopped. I'm sorry. But in fine shit news,
disrespectful at this point to be like,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to my Polish brethren. I say that, yes, I'm a New Ridgewood resident, so I get pass, I guess, for making light of Polish death just once. And then this was kind of fine shit. 10 inmates escaped a New Orleans jail. And get this, in 2025, the year of hyper surveillance technology, the Luigi era where you identify somebody by their eyebrow and supposedly everything's so accurate. They've only been able to find 3 of the guys. This is in May, and the other 7 are just still out there. So maybe this technology is kind of chopped when it comes down to it, which is ultimately kind of fine shit. I would say. Also, Kareem Khan stepped down at the International Criminal Court, did an episode on that, and that was the way that thing. Yeah, that's chopped on both ends. And then RFK Jr. Removes COVID vaccine recommendation for pregnant women, healthy children. Obviously chopped. And then T Swift, I will give this fine shit. I don't love her music, but I do have to give her props, another term, for getting the masters to her recordings. She didn't have the rights to her own masters, not like the golf tournament, but another type of master, and she got those. So that's a good thing, I guess, for artists. Probably somewhat fine shit.
Okay, fair enough. What's the ultimate verdict for May?
I mean, there's so much death that happened that was recorded on Wikipedia that I do have to give it a chopped. I vote chopped.
Okay, that's fair. I agree. That
Chris Brown did get arrested that month also, so maybe that can teeter towards. He did get arrested and jailed in England. He is free now, but he did spend some time in a prison in England, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay.
What
but I think ultimately chopped.
Okay, let's go chopped. That brings us to June, which would be Tony Boswell. What happened in June?
So June was actually a pretty good one. June kicks off with the launching of the Freedom Flotilla, as we all know, with the collection of activists on the flotilla, going to Palestine. You've probably watched the news route. It's been pretty crazy. It ended pretty crazy, but it was a pretty cool thing. That got a lot of people talking, which is nice.
Yeah, the Onion Night. Yeah.
What else did I have here? Madani won the primary. That was in June.
Oh yeah.
Glastonbury happened, which was cool because, also Palestine related. A lot of people realized they had crossed that apex into old crotchety person who was like, just play your instruments. I don't want to hear about politics. And these are like this. A lot of these Gen Xers are the same people who would have loved that years ago. But since it was a black dude saying death to the IDF, they freaked out. So that was pretty cool thing. And then on sad news, Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys died in June. That was a R.I.P. He made a couple hits. Some might say a couple tracks. That's all I got for June. But I think honestly most of it besides Brian Wilson was pretty fine shit.
Depending on how you feel about this, this is about where I place the origin of like Labubu entering the American consciousness. It depends on who you are, obviously, because it was a process. I think shortly after June, maybe in July, maybe it was in June. I remember. Well, when was the first big ice thing that happened? Maybe it was July, because the funding. We'll get to it in a second. But the first time I saw Labubu was I saw someone wearing a Labubu suit at a protest, and I didn't know what it was. And people were like streaming, like, "Look, it's Labubu!" And I was like, "Oh, everyone found out about this a week ago before I did." I read a little bit about where Labubu came from, and like it's kind of interesting. It's like a Swedish artist who lives in Hong Kong made it, and like Labubu is a girl, which I didn't know, and also is part of a family of monsters who all kind of look like that. And Labubu is the only one that just took off for some reason.
Fun to say,
yeah, and like I don't know, the little monster face it has is like really cool. Looks like there's something kind of unsettling about it, and it became like a conspicuous fashion thing in a number of countries because of the way you buy a box, and it's like a pack of Pokemon cards, like you don't know what's in it.
It's a blind box, yeah,
and you can like wear it as an accessory. But that all created this thing. We had an episode where we talked to somebody about a book about like 90s era slop like culture stuff, and we talk about like Beanie Babies and like the artificial like scarcity that they kind of create, and how that sort of becomes rampant or whatever. Labubu is kind of something that took off from there right around here. So I'm going to place Labubu in June. I don't know if that
I
helps.
have a Princess Diana Beanie Baby in plastic that for some reason I just keep on a magnet on my fridge, because to me it's almost like at one point in time this would have paid my rent. So it's like this defunct currency that's just sitting on my fridge that at one point was worth a lot of money.
Yeah, and I feel like the Labubu bubble's over. So like if you have one, you should have sold it like a few months ago, because there's a new thing coming and the kids don't fucking Labubu's chopped, unfortunately. Okay, what are we calling June? Chopped or for Fine Shyt?
I want to go Fine Shyt. I think Labubu's ended up being kind of a positive in the end. They settled from being obnoxious to being kind of like a. It's funny, like everyone that has them now that I see have them, they kind of reluctantly are like, it was a gift from somebody. It was really nice.
Yeah.
And they're cute.
Someone I know gave a Labubu to a child in public one time, and the look in the child's eyes was very endearing. So, okay. And he's a little demon, so that's kind of cool.
Ooh, they're demon.
Yeah, he's a little. Look at him. He looks like Pazuzu. There was a thing where like a lot of like right wing Christian. I don't even know if this is real, but there were like Christian like social media accounts that were doing side by sides of Labubu and Pazuzu, which is the demon from The Exorcist that possesses the girl, and Pazuzu is like from actual some fucking religious text. Pazuzu and Paimon and all that shit. They're you can trace them back to actual texts, which is where they created horror stories based on them. But he does kind of look like a little similar to Labubu, and they think that's chopped. I think it's Fine Shyt, personally.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it makes me like it. Okay, we're halfway through the year. This is where we got to pick up the pace. Eyes on the prize. We're almost done with the podcast. July, the woke Superman came out. I still haven't seen it. I know we did an episode about it, or you did an episode about it. But I heard that he's pro-Palestine, and that also somebody told me that the new Zootopia movie is kind of about Palestine. Like they're doing all this stuff with children's media now, which actually kind of makes sense. I mean, a lot of subversive politics that I am into were secretly laundered to me through children's entertainment, where the censors didn't understand what was happening. There's a lot of cool Pee Wee Herman and Elvira are all queer and fucking alt and shit. I've been thinking about that a lot lately, so maybe that's why this is happening. But it did occur to me it's kind of funny that there's these weird kids movies where they're like, okay, we're gonna really talk about the Grinch and Whoville or whatever. But woke Superman, that's Fine Shyt, I think. This is not Fine Shyt. This is definitely chopped. July 4th, the big beautiful bill passed. Historic, record-breaking amount of money given to DHS, $178 billion. This is what incited a lot of the ramping up of ICE's operations. He started off a lot of it here in LA. We went out and fucking fought the cops and stuff out there. It's kind of been a thing that's tapered off, moved to other cities, still happening. It became a permanent presence, I guess, starting in July. So that's definitely chopped on slop shit. And the Coldplay Kiss Cam thing happened, where the guy who's the CEO of an AI company was caught on camera on the Jumbotron spooning his woman he's having an affair with, who is the head of HR at his own company. And then it was...
Wait. He was an AI CEO? I didn't realize that. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder
that
if
makes it even better.
Was it staged to market his stupid company?
I mean, it did low-key blow up his life.
Maybe this is actually
it was...
It's like an O. Henry story or like a Twilight Zone thing where tragically he's the only one who can't be that's AI,
Right.
Or maybe he could. How does that work?
Or, I mean, the strange thing about it is if they just played it cool, then it would not have caused a ripple. There's so much shit out there. He his wife isn't going to be randomly watching the footage of a Coldplay concert, and if she does, it's for like 3 seconds, not even. So they really brought it on themselves. The moral of the story is just play it cool.
A very
The-
popular genre on TikTok is, "Hey, do you recognize this guy? Is like,
Oh,
is this guy your boyfriend?" And so there's a good chance they would have got caught regardless. So that's kind of fun. But also, yeah, don't canoodle in the box seats.
apparently something happened where like the guy from Coldplay like noticed they reacted kind of
Yeah.
weird, and he made like a joke, and he was like, "Oh, either they're having an affair or they're really shy or something,"
Yeah.
and that sort of like led to this being more of a thing. It was, but ultimately, it's kind of funny that like this guy is like profiting off of the perpetuation of a surveillance state, and then became a victim of it. So, kind of fine shit, but the big beautiful bill is really bad, so I'm gonna go Chopped for July.
Yeah.
A couple good things happened. The Oasis tour happened. That was cool. Like people seemed to come together with that one. Destiny's Child got back together. It was pretty cool.
Oh, I didn't
Oh.
Ozzy Osbourne died. And then also Minion Death Cult died. So we're gonna go Chopped. I'm gonna go ahead and say Chopped.
I thought you were saying Ozzy dying was a good thing. I thought we were about to get a hot take because he was.
Hulk Hogan died. That was a good thing. I didn't want to say that because that's gonna lean more towards Fine Shyt.
I see. All right. I'm gonna declare it Chopped and move along in the interest of expediency. That puts us in August.
Yes. August, in which Attorney General Pam Bondi offered a $50 million award for information leading to Maduro's arrest. And I checked, and it does say they did add in extradition, but it is kind of funny to think that she doesn't know he's in Venezuela, and like why it's Attorney General of the United States trying to bring out award money for a guy in a different country. Like he's not he hung out in Miami that one time with Salt Bay. He's not coming back anytime soon. And then this was kind of fine shit. There's a sequel to this story, but Germany paused weapon shipments to Israel because of the Gaza occupation plan. That fact on its own, fine shit. Trump designated the cartels as terrorists. This was when the narco terrorism thing sort of begun. That was Chopped. But also that month, Lula vetoed 63 parts of an environmental licensing reform bill. And I guess Brazil has something akin to a line item veto where the executive can just pluck stuff out of bills they don't like. And this kind of saves the rainforest. So that's fine shit because we need
Very fine shit
to live, and it helps us breathe. Hiroshima and Nagasaki anniversary. The twin bells from the Urakami Cathedral were restored, which is Chopped that it happened in the first place. I think it's fine shit anytime you commemorate an anniversary, and respect the people who do it for like really sad, fucked up stuff like that. Extra chop. The more chopped the thing is that you're commemorating stoically, the finer I believe your shit to be. Also, 474 people were arrested in the United Kingdom for supporting Palestine Action, which is there's this weird term that it's just funny that they call it this in the United Kingdom, where it's a they have to add this qualifier that Palestine Action is a proscribed terror group. Proscribed, because they can't say with a straight face that this organization is an actual terrorist outfit akin to Al Qaeda or ISIS, but they're a proscribed. They're like, oh yeah, it's technically a terrorist organization, and therefore legally you're not supposed to say I stand with Palestine Action. In the UK, their speech laws are fucked over there. And then
not here though. Not here.
Right.
We
not
get to
here.
say everything we want.
Yeah, it's cut. Yeah, we're going to British territory. We're going to British boarding school. It seems. Israeli settlers, this is very chopped, beat a man to death in the West Bank, very chopped, and 34 people died in the Netherlands in a hot air balloon crash. Chopped that that they died. Kind of fine shit as far as ways that you can die. Right? If I have to die somehow, I wouldn't mind it being a hot air balloon crash in the Netherlands. That's the way I want to go out. Actually, no, that sounds pretty awful, but still,
That
just
sounds
in general,
horrible.
I'm
If
just
you
glad.
die on impact, that's kind of majestic. But if you live, it's have you ever like alive? That story about the fucking people that crash in the Andes, it's horrific, man.
I'm assuming they died on impact, but I don't know. Maybe one got caught in the balloon and was like burned to death. Mine, I don't. I'm sorry, mine are so morbid.
Pretty slow impact.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, this is chopped. All right.
You know, it would be kind of funny. You know how in like Chile, when Pinochet took over, there's all these fascist jokes about how they took people on helicopter rides and kicked them out. Yeah. What if we were living in an alternate history where fascists were like, "Hey, commie, you want to go on a balloon ride?"
Right.
Yeah, the same thing, but it was funnier. You know,
that's what would happen if there was a revolution in the United States. That's what we would be doing, or the left would be doing to the reactionaries. The hot
we
air
should
balloons.
bring them back. There were hot air balloons in like the French Revolution, like the first one.
That's true. Yeah, there was a guy during the Paris Commune. A noble, like escaped on a hot air balloon. Also, running out August, Alaska summit between Trump and Putin, which those guys are both chopped, but also kind of cool that this state borders Alaska. I've always thought that was kind of fine shit. You know, Sarah Palin was onto something there. Nearby, near Alaska, country of Canada, coming up again, a flight attendant strike happened in August. So fine shit on them. And then this was chopped. Marco Rubio blocked Mahmoud Abbas and 80 other Palestinian officials from entering the United Nations. Chopped in terms of we're getting more bunker mentality sort of foreign policy, and just obviously continuing to support the occupation and genocide. But so overall, this is basically all chopped. Yeah, except for the rainforest thing. That helped us eke on a little longer. But should he have done that? Maybe he should have just been like, fuck it. We let the people die. They've made this world they can lay in their bed that they made, you know.
Okay, that's fair. I'm gonna call August chopped.
Whoa. One of the biggest cultural moments of the year happened in August.
Ooh, what's that?
And that is Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce get engaged.
Oh,
it's such a big deal that we know that happened. And it's also the reason why I'm going to say chopped is because it was the one thing that could manage to make the NFL, which I firmly believe to be an evil thing, more popular. Also managed to make Taylor Swift, who is one of the highest selling artists of all times, more popular. I think it's an evil union.
I think it's chopped because now I can't have her, and she's so attractive.
I will say
they're just very corn-fed looking people. I don't know. I'm not trying to make fun of their experience.
Travis Kelce used to be fly when he dated black women. He had a fade and dressed real cool.
Did he really?
Yes.
Yeah, he did the black thing.
A lot of those
he did
guys.
The black thing even. He stopped.
Eventually,
he just had the worst take of all time, and no one's mad at him about it. And I saw it on accident, like from his actual show. He was saying how he would never eat a street taco.
What the fuck?
His brother he was telling his brother, "Come to Kansas, we have the best tacos." And his brother's like, "The fuck you do? I get my tacos in LA. I get my tacos in Texas. I get my tacos in and talking about places that have good tacos." And his brother sent him a taco truck because this is my favorite place in the world. And his Travis Kelce was like, "I would never eat that. That's disgusting."
If you say that on Subway Takes, the guy pulls out a gun and blows your head off. That's the worst take.
It's a terrible take.
No one agrees with that.
Yeah, fuck Travis Kelce.
Wow.
But now I kind of like his brother, even though I didn't know he existed before that.
Jason, yeah. You know what? I do like the fact that he lost the Super Bowl. They had been dating, and she saw him win. Right? She saw
Yeah,
the best
yeah.
of what sports can be, and then he fucking laid an egg in the next Super Bowl, which I believe she was at,
Yeah,
and
no,
she
it
still
was
got
very
engaged to him.
funny.
So a loser can still find love.
Even a loser
Losers,
like
you
Travis
hear
Kelsey.
that
Yeah, he's definitely a
certain
loser. He
person.
can't handle fucking Al
Yeah,
Pastor or whatever.
right.
Okay. All right.
Uh,
Listen, eyes on the prize. We got to keep moving. August, chopped. September, that's going to be Tony Boswell. And I'm just going to start us off by saying this. September is the most month of 2025. A lot of shit happened, including probably the best thing.
I'm just gonna get out ahead of it. It's definitely, I'm gonna say September was a fine shit month. Because that's when I premiered my show. WordIsBondTV.
Oh,
We did our first episode in September. And I think that was the most important thing that happened in September. Because we got to talk about the second most important thing that happened in September, which was the assassination of Charlie Kirk.
I can't believe he killed himself. It's so tragic.
I can't believe he killed himself.
Yeah, he's
It's
suicide by assassin.
It's like such a cultural phenomenon too that, like, we're leaving Christmas dinner, and my fucking kid is going, Charlie Kirky, I just popped the perky. And I'm like, you were not doing that inside, were you? And she's like, why would I do that inside, Dad? I'm like, yeah, you're right. I know you're not stupid. I just had to make sure that none of my old ass conservative relatives heard you say, Charlie Kirky, I just popped the perky.
I heard a fucking car passed me the other day in traffic, just blasting that. It was such a moment, such a wonderful moment, you know.
Whose
my
song
favorite
is that?
thing? Sorry.
Whose song? Who did that song? Is that a thing?
No idea. It's like a TikTok
Charlie
song.
Kirky,
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's like not like a real song. My favorite thing now when I'm playing, when I play PGA Live on the online against people, and my favorite thing to do is to play the We Are Charlie Kirk song. And it's great because it's a perfect troll, because either they get furious or they think it's very funny, and either way, it's a W for me. It's a good time. So some other stuff happened in September. We got the first millennial saint.
Oh yeah,
pretty cool.
You're talking about Taylor Swift?
Carlos Acatus. Young English Italian. He was a coder. He's a computer guy.
Yeah, this came up on the show.
Cool.
Or I remember we covered it.
Oh right.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. We got that crazy censorship thing going on when Jimmy Kimmel got suspended.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty wild, actually. It's one of those things where it's like we talk in people were saying forever that we were speaking in hyperbole when we were talking about the impending fascism and the fascism that we're actually in today. And it's like, yeah, then like Jimmy Kimmel gets pulled from the air for saying something pretty vanilla in my mind. So yeah, that was pretty interesting. That was
pretty
innocuous.
Chopped. But then he got his job back pretty quickly, and then everyone who spoke out against Palestine and got disappeared. Nothing ever happened to them. So I kind of came around on that one where I was like, I kind of think this is just because Trump is like a fucking weird guy who like reads the tabloids.
Yeah.
And every once in a while he lashes out at like a celebrity he doesn't like, but it's not a good metric to measure fascism by, personally. But it was still fucked up.
Well, it's that, and like, they just put out that list of words they're not allowed to say in schools, like for the younger kids. What is it, like Head Start? It's a list of like 700 words, and it's literally things like inclusion. Yeah. And so there's those kind of things that are happening. I'm like, okay, well, all right, are y'all ready to get mad yet or what?
They took the word gay out of all of the like government documents, and because they just did a control like F thing to it. It fucked up the records about the dropping of the atomic bomb by the plane, the Enola Gay, which is just like the name of a fucking thing. It was named after a fucking one of the sergeant's wives who dropped it.
They've literally like deleted and removed most of Black history from anything in DC, or that's actually like through the government. It just straight deleting, just searching Black and then just getting rid of all of it. And it's pretty crazy.
It's called Hawktown now.
But I don't want to get too in on September because I think September was Fine Shyt.
Yeah, I mean, we are Charlie Kirk. What else can I say? We carry the flame.
That's we carry the flame, and that gave us Erica Kirk, which is just a phenomenon.
Right.
Just a phenomenon. Just can't take my eyes off it. It is a fucking train wreck. Charlie Kirk took down Nicki Minaj, if you think about it, and that's beautiful to me. It's just like it's all Fine Shyt.
Yeah, that Geese album that all the white people in Brooklyn came out then.
I still haven't heard it. Should I actually listen to it?
It depends if you like that type of music. I'm kind of on the fence. I got to be in the right mood. I'm like, all right, this is for someone else. But
I found out how rich they were, so I'm like, I'm either gonna love it or hate it.
Yeah,
sometimes the rich kids make some good music. Sometimes.
Do you remember on Homestar Runner? Sorry. Do you remember on Homestar Runner there was a? Do you know Homestar Runner at all?
Yeah, of course.
So there was a clone of Homestar called Homsar who talks like that's his voice. Every time I listen to it, that's all I hear is the weird fake clone. That came out. I thought Weapons came out. I just looked it up. It came out in August, so that's for August, whatever. I can't remember what we said August was. But Weapons was. I don't know if it was. I don't know if I think it was chopped or Fine Shyt. I've talked about this plenty on the show. I'm gonna move on. What the fuck else happened? There's one thing hanging in the air, and I can't remember it because ADD or something. So let's go ahead and say Fine Shyt. I think. Anything comes back to me, I'll spout it out. But that takes us into October, which I've got a couple things. The New York City mayor debates happened. Curtis Sliwa charmed the nation with his red beret and his army of kittens and his racist past and present and future. That was a lot of fun. The NYC mayor thing kind of just takes over the whole. It was a big part of the year, which is crazy because the motherfucker is still not even mayor. It just became this huge spectacle. It was a lot of fun.
Some of you listening right now will be when he's the mayor or listening at that time. So
is he being sworn in like right now? Oh, like tomorrow or something?
By the time, midnight on New Year's Eve or New Year's. Yeah.
Oh, so someone's listening. That makes sense because people don't listen right when it drops. Drake's lawsuit against Kendrick was dropped. That's Fine Shyt. The lure of heist happened. So some old timey art thieves in what do you call it, in Paris stole some art. They stole the crown. They stole a set of like jewelry referred to as the crown jewels of France. I didn't know. All of this sounds like it's from a fucking like old timey like mystery novel. I didn't know there was something called the crown jewels of France. It's a bunch of jewelry that's whatever historically notable or whatever. The thieves did this by driving a truck up to the window, going in through a side window in 8 minutes, smashing some windows, and then just like going off with this like they use like a pallet truck thing or whatever. All just basically no AI, no Apple Watch, no tech angle, right? Just old-timey, good old-fashioned art thieves. And they've caught some of them, but they have not recovered the crown jewels of France or whatever the fuck they're called. That tells me that they want to put the publicity out that we caught them, but they didn't fucking catch them, right? There was a suspicious-looking kid wearing a fedora in a lot of the photos that were taken on the cameras around the time of the heist. They tracked down this kid, and he's just like, I like fashion. Like he's like, they tracked him down on the basis of looking suspicious because he was wearing a fedora, and it was just a guy. It's all very funny. Honestly, kind of Fine Shyt, all this shit. A lot of bad stuff continued to happen, but I don't think anything that notable in the news overtakes this, at least what I got when I was looking it up. So I'm going to say October Fine Shyt. We're actually on some Fine Shyt. I think Fine Shyt might be winning right now.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe the year wasn't as bad as we thought it was.
Oh, don't worry. I'm going to make sure December goes down in flames.
Okay, it has been quite bad. That brings us to November. Anders Lee, go take it away.
Yes, October should mention that there was a particular incident in Brooklyn that at least one or two hearts were broken in the Lee Garavani household. But that ultimately may have been fine shit.
I think so. I think it's a good way of looking at it.
You know, I got fired in October, but because of that exact incident, it was actually not too bad.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the World Series?
No.
Oh no, I'm talking about my breakup. But,
I was talking about the World Series. I was hoping you were just sad about the World Series.
Oh, I forgot about
the happened in October.
I forgot about the World Series. Actually, that was well.
That was fine shit.
That was fine shit. It was fucking tight because I'm a Doyer fan now because I live out here. Sorry, New York.
Like you already. It's boring that these two teams already played. Anyway,
it only feels that way when you lose.
It's so funny. It was literally one of the most exciting World Series ever. It was one of the most dramatic World Series of all time. It ended in a turn double play that it failed. One team wins and one team loses. It was so dramatic, and you're like, boring.
Yeah,
but that's sports fandom for you. That's
right. I like to, I don't like the same. Well, it's funny. I'm contradicting myself because unless they're setting a record, I don't like the same team winning back to back too many times. Like want to mix it up, get new colors in there.
You can't win 3 in a row unless you win 2 in a row. You can't win 4 out of 5 unless you win 3 out of 5.
Does baseball had a three-peat? Yeah, they must have, right?
Yankees. Yeah, I think the Yankees.
Yeah.
The only thing I will say that is chopped about the Dodgers winning the World Series is what it did to traffic in the city that it
Tell
happened.
Me about it, brother.
Real fucked up. That was chopped on slop shit.
Yeah.
Well, November was quite the month. Bolsonaro got arrested. Gotta give that some fine SHIT. And then there was something else funny that happened. But as we've been discussing, this is kind of it's like a lot of it is because for me and a lot of other people, we kind of need to make this a good thing, and it's dubious as to what's actually going to happen. Around this time a year ago, I was very nervous that we would be in this situation exactly and have a socialist mayor that we just elected in the capital of capital. But we're doing it, and we did it in November officially. And so much fine shit that he won, but also that he beat this evil, awful, disgusting, despicable, reprehensible human being, the insult to human beings, Andrew Cuomo. That was just this sort of like amazing feat that if you told me 5 years ago that NYC DSA was going to do that, I would have been stunned that Cuomo would be in this position, that we'd be in this position. It is an amazing accomplishment, and that does kind of like, that is the silverest lining on this terrible cloud, which has been 2025 for me, mostly personal reasons, not all of which I can get into, and not all of which are my breakup. But that's kind of the thing that is keeping me going, and it's not totally just a euphoria thing. It's like, okay, this is going to be a fight. This gives us purpose and meaning, or reinforces it. So that is definitely fine shit. Also, just want to throw in there some fine shit. Something is going on in the Netherlands in their airspace because of the hot air balloon thing. Also, the military in November opened fire on drones. It's not clear why, but no wreckage was found. They just shot at a bunch of drones, and I think that's kind of cool. That's fine shit.
That's because that's where Labubu is from. And it was in their brains. They got possessed.
Dick Cheney also died in November.
Oh yeah,
right. Of course. Yes.
Feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah. It's always weird when we're doing this and we get up to like last month because you're like, what the fuck happened? Like it just
yeah.
Yeah. Is that November?
That's November.
Okay. What do we think?
Are we giving it Fine Shyt for simply for Mondani?
And the Netherlands drone shooting.
Yeah.
And Cheney dying. Okay, that's
Cheney
fine
dying.
shit.
Yeah, November's fine.
I think I haven't been keeping perfect track, but I think that might put us at 5 points for Fine Shyt, which means it all hinges on December.
All right. Well, I gotcha. Don't you worry about that.
Even if that's not accurate, I'm going to go in with that anyway, because just for the sake of creating a narrative here and a fun drama for the show. It all hinges on this month. Was it Chopped or Fine Shyt? Tony Boswell, take it away.
I'm gonna go ahead and so December was cool because Marty Supreme came out. That was fun, a little cultural thing that happened. I liked that. I discovered Heated Rivalry, fantastic show on HBO. It's the gay hockey show. If you haven't heard about it, I made the mistake of watching
Turn the motion
Marty
smoothing off on your TV, or it will ruin the gay sex. Trust
Turn the
me.
motion smoothing off. It makes the gay sex too smooth.
Yeah, it's too fast. It's like you're in the room, but not in a good way.
If you like butts, if you like boy butts, it's a great show. If you like hockey, it's a great show. If you like romance persevering in adversity, or maybe not, it's a great show. I watched Mario Supreme in episode 5 of the season on the same day, and honestly, I was emotionally drained by the end of the day.
Wow,
it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a whole lot for me. But we did in December, and I say this because in the light of everything that's happening in the world, just how fucking chaotic it is, we have forgotten about one thing that is going on in America, and I'm actually so proud of America because you know what? So far, as of today, there have been 6 days where the police did not kill somebody.
Wow.
So good job, America. 6 whole days.
Wow.
We're on track. We're on track to. We're not gonna beat last year. As of right now, we have 1,257 people who have been killed by the police. And guess what? Still, black people are still 2.8 times more likely to be killed by the police than anybody else in America. That's just as of today. So we got a couple days to ramp that up. We might be able to. Who knows? So shout out to America for that. I'm going to go ahead and give that a big old chopped.
In the bid should be a big sign in front of America that says this many days without a workplace accident, and click it over to 6. We did it.
No, not 6 in a row.
Oh,
they had 6 total throughout the year.
Oh my God!
There were 6 days. There were six days so far.
That's so depressing.
It's funny because that's something that we all cared about. Well, I mean, we all still care, but the zeitgeist seemed to have cared about for a second 5 years ago, and that has quickly been lost in the chaos of everything else that is going on. But it's not to be forgotten. So that's my December highlight.
I'm gonna throw in the Epstein files were released.
Oh, Epstein files, yeah.
I don't know
right.
Whether that's depending on who you are and how that affects you is chopped or chuggy or whatever the fuck we're saying or goated. It's more of bad stuff happening, but we know about it, so that's good. But it's redacted, so that's bad. I don't know. It's just more of everything happening.
One thing I got to give the Epstein tapes, and this is, I don't know all the details in this because I just don't. But apparently although there is, of course, a damning photo, there are some recordings that kind of vindicate Michael Jackson. So that's interesting.
They vindicate him?
Yeah, some phone calls where they basically say they're gonna blackmail him.
Oh,
and someone asked him for it was like $20,000 to start $200,000 to start shooting a movie.
What the?
And they were
fuck?
like, the conversation is like, no, man, like actually, we got to get him this way. That's it.
All right,
it was somebody involved in that was like having that conversation, which I think was really funny.
I've seen like a whiff of this. Somebody talking about it and haven't really looked into it. So I don't know. I'm not gonna fucking say
I just
whether
thought it
I
was
think
funny if it's true.
either. but that's insane. I think maybe I'll go my whole life without knowing whether I think what I think is happening with some of this shit. If you're a person with a corkboard and shit at home, and you're obsessed and you're trying to figure out what the deep state is up to, I guess this is fine shit for you. It's like a Christmas present that you got, the Epstein files. What the fuck else happened? Did any movies come out this month? Marty No, that was last
Supreme.
month.
I love Marty
That was
Supreme,
month.
by the way. So
great.
shout outs to my buds Ed Malone and Randy Credico, who both made it into Marty Supreme. One of the most New York's a terrible place to start doing comedy, but you do meet a lot of amazing, crazy old guys that wind up in Safdie movies.
Wait.
So
Randy Credico, the guy from like, what's his thing? Didn't he have that
He's,
like weird ass open mic?
you might be thinking of. Are you thinking of the Hostel guy?
Yeah, I think so. Is that a different
Yeah, it's
guy?
a different guy. But Randy is a comic. He was on Carson, and then
Okay, he's a real comic.
was like he went to
No offense to the other guy.
he went to Nicaragua during the Civil War and was doing comedy shows out there in solidarity. He's been like an activist. He's run for. I voted for him for mayor in 2013, and he's done these Julian Assange benefit shows the past few years. But he's a character, as is my pal Ed Malone, who taught me clowning, and they both made it into the movie.
Wow,
nice. That was an awesome movie. It's such a high anxiety movie, like as any Safdie movie is. But to make it worse for me, I was watching it with my girlfriend, and who sits in the row in front of us, but my ex-girlfriend.
What?
And this is like in a movie theater that's like nowhere by anywhere. We all drove out of the way to go to this because we went to like an early screening of it.
Yeah.
It just added to the anxiety of the movie for me so much that I don't know if anybody enjoyed it as much as I did.
Yeah,
that's like a very anxiety-inducing movie. To have that layered on top of it. And like
just for a little bit of context, like I'm poly. We see other people, so it's not just ex-girlfriend. It's ex-girlfriend that she's like aware of and like knows of, and like they like know of each other, and like, we all did the thing where we kind of pretended we didn't see each other, and it worked out nicely. But boy, oh boy, did it make that payoff where I got a little bit of dopamine hit so hard.
You have to, when you're poly, when someone's you're an ex, they're really an ex. You have to like. Deliberately break up with someone.
Yeah, it is really embarrassing that I just admitted that I saw my other girlfriend from my poly relationship at the Marty Supreme screening.
That is quite really the
sentence. I'm sorry, but I apologize.
Wow, what part of Ridgewood are you from, sir?
I got to get a job first, and then we'll go ahead and make that happen.
Well, that's pretty funny. Honestly, I can't believe it, but we turned it around. I think this year was fine shit, according to what we just did. And maybe not. Maybe it wasn't an accurate assessment, but I think that won the game, at least. Was I've been ticking, as we talk here, points for each category. And it sounds like, well, actually, no, I think that might be a split. Well, that's the way it goes sometimes.
Maybe the fine shits were the unks we met along the way.
Oh, we are Charlie Kirk. We are Charlie Unk. We carry the poison, huh?
Ooh, yeah.
How about that? All right, everyone. Happy New Year. Thanks for listening to the show all this time. Please check out all our shit. Continue to listen to us and subscribe to the Patreon if you like to keep us chugging along, because that's how we keep making the show. Check out our shows. I have a show coming up at the Lyric Hyperion in January. I'll be promoting here. I want to get the date pinned down, but I'm going to do something. It'll be fun. It's around my birthday, which is J20. And Anders, you got anything to promote?
Not right now. At Andersley here. Yeah, maybe announcements coming.
Anders is single. I'm plugging Anders for the end of the show.
If anyone has a Raya code, I'll take that. To get on that app.
Yeah. Tony Boswell, thank you for joining us. Please promote everything you got.
Just the usual suspects. WordIsBondTV is going holiday hiatus, but don't worry, we're gonna hit the year hit the ground running. Follow me all the places. If you're like in Southern California, follow me because I got some cool shit coming up, and I'm got some cool projects in the works that are going to be more localized. So Word is Bond TV everywhere: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Yeah, thank you. Always a pleasure, y'all.
For sure, man. Okay, 2025, it's finished.